I suck at adulting in my early 20s. I'm so utterly tired and inactive. I feel like I haven't advanced since I was 18, and more so the past year. Granted, the past year has been awful with my granddad passing away and my mum's chronic illness getting really bad. I'm overwhelmed by it all. I don't even feel like my life is mine. I want to be there for my mum and help her out, but I feel like such a lost cause when I see people my age traveling and experimenting, doing different things, and I'm not doing anything. I'm stuck miserable, not even be able to do much for my mum or myself. Everyone keeps saying 20s are for finding yourself, but all this crap I have to deal with is just making me want to hide away. So, reading this, I can notice a few things. The first thing is that everyone's situation is going to be different, right, in terms of what's going on and in terms of things that you can control. But one of the things that really sort of got me here was this whole idea of, I see people with my age traveling, experimenting, doing different things, and I'm not doing anything. So, I found for me, and this is obviously my personal experience, when I was most miserable in my life when I was constantly comparing. And this was primarily done over social media, where I would just be comparing myself to other people all the time. Right? I see people my age, maybe even younger than me, living this lifestyle or having this sort of fun entertainment that I wish that I could have. And when you constantly see stuff on social media around people having a good time, you feel like you're missing out, right? The whole fear of missing out stuff. And it really sucks because what I've noticed is, for reference, I don't really have any social media, right? Other than YouTube, which is probably the only thing I really use, right? I don't have Instagram on my phone. I don't really have any other sort of major social medias. And I don't really have much of a problem, or at least as much of a problem as I used to. Now, for me, right, like there's only a few people that I speak to, and if I speak to them, I'm going to speak to them on something like WhatsApp or something. But the point being is that if you're like constantly feeling that your life is worse compared to others, the issue is like a lot of the times I think just some people are spending way too much time on social media, right? They're spending way too much time on social media, watching videos of people having fun, living a great lifestyle, or seeing posts of it. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it because I guarantee you there are people that actually have the thing that you want, which are comparing themselves to someone else that, for something that they don't have as well. And it's just a constant loop, if I'm quite honest. Now, what I will say is for this person as well, right? It's like, I know for me, what really helped me shift from someone that was constantly comparing to others and constantly feeling like my life was worse is finding some sense of direction. And this for me was working on something meaningful to me, which at the moment is working on creative projects such as, creating videos for this YouTube channel, but also developing video games. And that has been something which has given me a sense of direction, right? And I know that no matter what sort of pops up in my life, I know that those things will always give me a sense of direction. Now, obviously, for this person, right, it's a very different situation, right? And I'm not even going to begin to start in terms of how I could comprehend that. But I know for myself, it's like, look, some of the things that I really struggle with would literally just, comparing myself to others, which was just social media, right? So if anything, ideally speaking, get yourself off social media, or, if you need to message people, ideally try and message them on things which don't have, I don't know, this massive, glossary of just, images and videos, so WhatsApp or something. And then just have a sense of direction, right? Work on something meaningful, because I think, especially as guys as well, like I think it's so easy for us to just put our energy in the wrong places, right? We know where we should put it. We know we do have the energy, right? Perhaps some people don't realize they have the energy, but they just don't know where to put it, right? Because there's so many things that we're told as guys in terms of things we should and shouldn't do. And I know that working on something meaningful to you, right? Other people don't have to understand, and that's okay, right? Like I have people that will tell me that, for example, my thing with game development, that I shouldn't do it because very few people succeed in it. But I'm just going to keep doing it because it's the thing I want to do and I believe I can make it happen, right? So it's stuff like that which is really important. So yeah, really this video is just basically to say that if you are someone who feels like a bit of a lost cause because you see other people doing better than you, right? Other people traveling and doing other things that you haven't done. I would ideally get off social media or really tone it down, right? Because that's the stuff which for me, I just kept comparing myself to other people and I wasn't really learning anything or benefiting from it as much as, and I think a lot of people could ask themselves the question of, do you really benefit from social media? And if you really think about it, you probably don't benefit from it as much as you think. And then really the next thing is like, look, if you feel like you're stuck and miserable and just not really doing anything, find some form of interest, right? It could literally be a hobby, right? Like that's literally all it could be. But if it gives you something to work on, some sense of direction, I think as a guy, that is one of the most powerful things because then you can start directing your energy to something which feels better. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, I'd love to hear your story below. But that said, chat soon.